Hey everybody, Questwise here, and I'm back again with another unboxing. This one a little bit different, but a little bit the same. So, for instance, we're going to take a look at Battletech Essentials today. So that's a little different from the Space Marine box that I unboxed a few days ago, but similar in the fact that this is also a Target exclusive. Target here in the US is on fire with these Target exclusives of some pretty great starter box games. So we have the Space Marine board game. If you haven't watched that video, please go back and check that out. But today we're going to take a look at Battletech Essentials. I haven't played Battletech in a long time, but I have a fellow here in the local area who is really excited about playing it, really excited about getting people back into it, and I only have a few mechs left, but I'm very excited about starting to play with him again, and sort of feeling that nostalgia for Battletech, which is an amazing game. It spans back a long time. This is the Essentials box. This is a very sort of, if you want to start playing, this is how you do it. So we're just going to unbox this. I'm going to show you what you get inside. This retails, at Target here in the US for $24.99, but if you've watched the Gorilla Miniatures review, his unboxing, the box really is about $5, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. First thing you're going to see inside is a little novella called Spanner in the Works. If you don't know, Battletech has a huge line of fiction as well as gameplay books. Like I said, spans back for decades. So there's a ton of material to draw from. Unlike Warhammer, this game has changed very little over time, which means that even stuff from the earlier days can be still very vital to playing this game as well. So we have a small novella, very cool. Next, you are going to get two mechs. You're going to get two plastic mechs. I think this is a Centurion. Very cool. And I believe this is a Rifleman. Pre-built, which is really nice. All you have to do is prime them and paint them. I have to say that these are way more beautiful than some of the early Relpartha miniatures, but back in the day we were very grateful to have the Relpartha miniatures because they were top of the line back then, but they've come a long way since then. And you're going to get your cards for those mechs, as well as a few others that are standees in here in the box. Open this up, get rid of all this glare. Now, the only downside to this I can see is that I kind of wish these were on heavier cardstock or gloss, maybe laminated, pre-laminated, because you do need to mark off damage and stuff on these cards. That's what they're made for. And I can't seem to get the package open. So I probably will take these over to my local Staples and get them laminated, because you have your damage track here, and you need to mark the damage off as you take it on your mech. It looks like these are simplified. There's no internal structure on the armor diagram. There's no heat track as well, so kind of a stripped down version of classic Battletech, but very cool. Little history of the mech and stuff on the back, different variants that you can do. That's the other great thing about this game too, is that there are variations of every mech, different weapon loadouts, and so they can be very customizable. And it's not WYSIWYG, so you do not have to always have a mech with the particular loadout. It's just on your data sheet, so that your opponent can tell what you have. So that was for the Centurion. This is for a Wolverine, which is, I think, a standee in here. And I'll show you why this is cool. You might think, well, you're only getting two mechs and a couple cardboard standees, but I'll show you what they've done in this, and I think it's kind of genius to sort of get you into the game. So this is for the Thunderbolt, which is another standee, and then the Rifleman itself. And then you're also going to get, I think these are pilot cards. Yeah. So this was something that I don't remember playing with back in the old days, older days, but I believe they were probably around there as well too. So these are pilot cards that you can add to your mechs, and from what I understand, these are pilots that appear in the novella that you get with this box as well. But then you get special abilities by adding these special pilots to your mechs as well. Get a couple of dice. Other nice thing about this game is that Battletech only uses 2d6 for everything in the game. Rolling a hit and taking pilot skill tests and stuff. These are pretty nice dice, not bad. But I love the fact that, and I love rolling buckets of dice, but sometimes it's nice to be able to just be like, hey, show up to a game with your mechs, your data sheets, your record sheets, and a couple of dice. Plastic separator inside. Your quick start rules, and from what I understand, this is the full rules, sort of stripped down without any of the mentioning of heat and internal damage. That goes over movement and attacks and taking damage. All the good stuff you'll need for that. The next thing you're going to get is an instant guide to the inner sphere, which is just sort of a little history and political overview of what's happening in the galaxy during the year 3025. So this is going to be one of the early products taking you back to 3025, and there are a lot of supplements that sort of advance the timeline. You can play in any of those timelines using different mechs as the technology improves, or as the clans return and invade. Go look it up. You'll find a wealth. If you're a lore junkie like me, you're gonna find a lot of cool stuff. So this is what makes the game cool. This is why I think that just getting 2 mechs with this box set is pretty awesome. And technically you're gonna get more mechs because you're gonna get some standees, but what's really cool is it's basically a training mission in a box. So Solaris 7 is a world on which they hold gladiatorial combat between different mechs, and it's usually one-on-one or sometimes small groups, but it's more of like a sporting event or a training session for the pilots, and it has special rules for the particular stadiums that you're fighting in, or the coliseums. These are the special rules for the Solaris 7. So I think this works out really, really well. I think it's really a great idea to do something if you want to try to get started into Battletech and you're not really sure about it. $25, and like I said, in a minute I will tell you how you can get this and why this box really is only $20. But having just a couple mechs, a couple standees, lets you try everything out for a very, very, very low price point and see if you like it. Battletech, especially classic Battletech, can be very intensive as far as like record keeping during the game, and it's definitely not a very, very fast game. Now there is a version of this called Battletech Alpha Strike, which is meant to play larger battles, and it includes some sort of fast-paced rules so that you're doing stuff a lot quicker. Next we're going to have our cardboard standees. There looks like some terrain tokens. These I believe are for the Solaris 7 map, in which there are some walls. There's some standees for the mechs that you get in the box, but so the other 2 that you get mech cards for as well. And then you're going to get maps, or a map, but it is double-sided. Battletech plays on a hex-based map. There are rules in the full rule book, which you can buy as a hardcover, but you can also buy as a PDF for using just terrain like you would in like Warhammer or other tabletop miniature games. But traditionally, this was always played on a hex map. Facing does matter, and as always, as traditional, each one of these hexes is numbered, which means that you could do like an online game with a friend and be looking at the same map and be able to play out exactly, like I'm moving from 0715 to 0614, those kinds of things. So this is, like I said, double-sided. There is a sort of wooded, hilly map, and on the other side is the Solaris map. It's inside the stadium, and I believe those tokens have to do something with these walls. as well. Battletech Essentials, Target exclusive. Very, very cool. I'm excited to try to get to relearn this game a little bit more again for the second time, and see exactly. Whoops, sorry about the camera movement there. And get to see exactly the nostalgia, and I hope it returns to the way that I remember the game being so awesome. Again, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, stay well, and as always, my friends, game on. Sorry, quick addendum to this video. I realized once I finished filming that I never told you how the box set can be $5. Within the box there is a coupon for $20 off if you go to the Catalyst Game Store website and buy something. You get a $20 discount code. So generally you're getting this box for about $5.